Ladies and gentlemen, just before I introduce our competitive evening, I would just like to say it is the County Council elections today. So if you are ready, please do go and vote, doesn't matter who for. And so without further ado, please welcome to the stage your competitive evening, Mr. Ben Collins.
Thank you. I have a beer because I'm used to having a microphone and don't know if I can be fun without something in my hand. So I'm going to hold this the entirety of the show. If you see me without it, that means something's going horribly wrong, and I'm ill-prepared. I'm sorry that you all had to move. I didn't tell anyone to go and ask you to move. I was going to walk back there, but now I feel like you're all close enough to me that I can't do the thing I was going to do, or I was going to be like, so tell me about your father. Now I'm just up in front of you guys with my beer. How are we? Good. Good. How the fuck are we? That was still a question. I've been thinking about what swearing adds to language. This is not organic. I've written this part of the intro. It's about transparency with the audience. I don't want you all to not trust me. You think I'm coming at you with something and then find out later, oh, that was prepared? I thought he was just a genius. No, but I've been thinking about what swearing adds to language, because swearing is just words, just like every other word. I mean, it's just a noise that we made to identify things, but with swearing we said, but that one's worse. That one's bad. That one's bad when you say that. Like a caveman at some point was like, what's a rock? Oh, it's a rock. They didn't say that because they didn't speak English. But they had to do that at some point, and at some point a caveman said, fuck. And someone said, Dave. Jesus Christ. But I thought the other day back to the first time I said a swear, and it was HE double hockey sticks, or hell, as it came known to me after I said it. I was with my friend. We were having a bit of an argument. I was getting very emotional, and he mocked my voice. I was like, I don't know what I said. I was probably like, Spider-Man could totally beat up Batman, because that was the politics that we had back then. And he just went, nya, 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 and I immediately cried. And I turned around, tears streaming down my face, and I yelled, shut the hell up! But it didn't come out like that, because I was 8. I was a little boy, so my voice was still that of a beautiful female singer. So it came out, shut the hell up! And I cried even harder when I realized what I had just done. I had sworn. And my mother wasn't in the house. That's how drastic this was. I didn't call her mom, I called her mother. Mother wasn't at home. And the second I saw her, I said, Mom, I said, hell. Like, I just owned up to it immediately. And she said, that's fine. That's not one of the big ones. It's a noun, Ben. Noun is to swear. But then, by like the end of that year, by the end of me being 8, I was like going out on the playground at school and just whispering, fuck. Just trying it out, you know, going out, hey, Dylan, you're a bastard. And they would say, what did you say? I said, nothing. But I think it's a fun thing to think about the first swear word that people say, because it is like, it has a big impact, I think. I think it changes things, and a lot of people get in trouble. Does anybody here remember the first swear word that they said? First curse. Oh yes, sir, what's your name?
Dean.
Dean, huh, what a fun name. Dean, what was your first swear?
Damn.
Damn. Context?
Like, I was in, like, year 5.
And that is how old?
Like, 10.
10, okay.
And
A little late, Dean.
I just remember saying...
Late bloomer.
I just remember saying the word damn at some point, and that was it.
And did you get in trouble?
No.
Was it like, so you just said damn, was it a good damn or a bad damn? Because damn could have multiple meanings.
I think it was a good damn.
It was a good damn.
Yeah.
It's like somebody pulled out a Hot Wheel and you said, damn!
Yeah.
And you didn't get in trouble.
No.
That's good, that's a good experience. I got in trouble anytime I swore, except the hell. That one, my mom was cool. Next time when I said ass, she was like, Ben! There's no donkey here that you could be referring to. Anybody else remember? Anybody from this side of the room? What we call the real audience side of the room. Nobody remembers one? I'll give you guys a minute. Any of the people whose names I know remember their swear. Yeah, Eddie, what's up? What's your name, Eddie?
Oh, Eddie.
Hey,
I
Eddie.
don't technically swear, but the word minge was quite
Minge, which is slang for a vagina.
And then
Yes.
yeah. But
Okay, I was correct.
Called me it, and I didn't know what it meant.
Okay.
So I said it quite a lot. It rhymes with ginge is the problem.
Okay.
That's the crux of the issue.
That's. And did you at some point repeat it in front of somebody you shouldn't have?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think that's your fault.
No.
You just have a curious mind. You're just a little boy trying to learn. And you go. Did you like ask a parent what it was?
He's a teacher.
A teacher. That's a fun conversation for her to have. I assumed it was a woman. I don't know why. Huh, I need to examine myself. What's going on? Why am I being slightly sexist? So did you get in trouble? How old were you?
I don't think I got in trouble because it actually happened multiple times with different words.
Oh.
So
So she was just used to
think she
Eddie
was
coming
used
to
to
her
it,
and
yeah.
saying, excuse
Yeah.
me, what does fanny mean?
yes. Yeah.
Fanny is vagina for you guys too, right? Okay. I should have been confident on that one. I knew that one. Okay, now, anybody on this side? Anybody on team real? Team stranger?
Mine, embarrassingly so, I think, was bugger.
Bugger?
You probably don't know that one, do you?
I know what it is. I know that it's anal sex. It's not just regular sex.
It's like in the UK though, you can just sort of like shit like bugger, oh god. Sort of.
Yeah, I don't know if that one counts, but I thank you for throwing it out. Did you get in trouble?
Yeah, it was in a lesson, for isolation.
Oof. God. Was it
Well,
like...
I was in like kindergarten.
Oh, wow. Did you just like miss a question and say, oh, bugger? Is that the exact inflection you had? You had an American accent when you said it?
I think I couldn't get the Barbie that I wanted or something stupid like that.
No, I get that one. If I would have been an American child and said bugger if I couldn't get the Barbie I wanted. But I always could, because I was bigger than the other children. Because they were girls. And I'm sexist again. Well, on that note of me being the most edgy I've ever been, we're going to go to our first act. Well, our only stand-up act. We have Jim Huckster, but before he comes to the stage, I'm going to make sure that you all are nice and warmed up with a round of applause. I'm going to point at one person. I'm going to point at someone on this side of the room. I think it's going to be my man John. So, John, when I point at you, I want you to clap, and everybody's going to follow John. If John is not clapping very hard, you don't clap very hard. If John's going buck wild, I need people to follow John's lead. So, John, this is all on you.
An old joke, perhaps the oldest of jokes. It's not mine, but if it were, I'd probably be asking for royalties. Why did the chicken cross the road? The answer, of course, to get to the other side. I assume you're all familiar, given you're not in hails of laughter. So I've been thinking about this joke, and I think maybe the thing about this joke is maybe we don't get this joke. For example, you talked, what was your name? I don't think that you said. Christina. You seemed friendly in the first one. Do you understand this joke? Have you ever thought about this joke?
Like the other side is in like heaven or hell.
Yeah, well, normally when I ask people this, they've never thought about it. You're a step ahead the other. So wait, hold that jaw drop, Eddie. So when I originally thought about this joke, at like age 20, after having heard it many, many years ago, I thought to myself, it suddenly dawned on me, hang on a minute, that's not a joke. That is why you cross the road, to get to the other side. So I thought, it's an anti-joke, isn't it? It's a sort of deconstruction of the very essence of what a joke is. It's brilliant. I had no standards as a 20-year-old. But then I started to think about it a little more. And I was probably couldn't sleep or something, I don't know what I was doing. And I thought to myself, hang on a minute, that doesn't make sense. How could you have an anti-joke before you had jokes? Because as I said, it's one of the oldest jokes in the world. You can't counter something before it exists. No one thought of doing post-punk before we had punk. Or post-office before office. Post office, incidentally, is the period Ricky Gervais has been stuck in for 15 years. Making anti-jokes before jokes would be like making Diet Coke before regular Coke. And if we did that, we'd have to call regular Coke Fat Coke. Or, as anyone who pays attention to what they actually put in Coca-Cola will know, just as bad for you, but in a different way, Coke. But Cancer Coke and Heart Attack don't sell. Cancer Coke and Heart Attack don't sell. Though I'd appreciate their honesty. No, as you've already mentioned, Christina, there is a deeper meaning to this joke, so prepare to have your minds blown. What would happen to a chicken that crossed the road, assuming it was a busy road? Roads aren't invented for chickens, chickens aren't invented for roads. That chicken, he's going to die. Guts strewn across the road. When that chicken, and where do people, and assuming presumably chickens, go when they die? Heaven. Purgatory. Ragnarok if it's a Viking chicken. I like to think it was. Also another name for heaven, the other side. You already knew this because you're a step above the rest. When the chicken died and went to the other side, aka heaven. So it wasn't an anti-joke at all, it was just a lame pun. So if any of you have ever been going to dinner parties and anyone was asked you if you had any jokes and you're like, I think I've got one for you, thinking you've got some kind of wry deconstruction of the joke form as a whole, it was just a lame pun. Sorry. But there's actually a little more to it than this. Because when you start to think about it, it gets even more morbid, because when you say that the chicken crossed the road to get to the other side, that implies intent. That chicken wanted to get to the other side. In other words, that chicken wanted to die. That chicken was a suicidal chicken. We tell this joke to children. That's not the message we should be spreading to children. Chickens don't, of their own free will, just walk in the front of an SUV. No, they get killed by us in their millions, brutally, just like nature intended. I've actually been researching this joke. I found a BuzzFeed article about it. You're probably all familiar with BuzzFeed, modern news website, clickbaity. All the kids use it. They have a lot of these articles. You probably see the stuff like this one weird thing will change the way you watch Shrek. It turns out donkey represents Stalin or something. Or this changes Star Wars forever because there was a little hidden panel which said Darth Vader's a knob. Though that wouldn't really change Star Wars because I don't think they ever hid the fact that Darth Vader was a knob. But they have one of these for this old chicken joke, right? And the title of the article is the Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road joke is actually super dark. Which, to their credit, it is. But the weirdest thing about this is that it has a subtitle. And the subtitle simply reads 3 words, "This changes everything." Like it's a summer blockbuster. Just when you thought it was safe to go back on the M6. You'll believe a hen can die. On a dual carriageway, no one can hear you. That's the sound chickens make from the city. The other thing that's weird is that this article is in the health section of BuzzFeed, of all the places. I half expected them to have a number for the Samaritans at the bottom, in case you or your chicken has been affected by any of the issues. So I continued my quest to learn more about this fabled joke, and I inevitably ended up on Wikipedia, we all do, on the page for Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road? Clearly a brilliant use of all those millions and millions of donations they've been taking. The weirdest thing about this page is that they have 2 photographs, both of chickens crossing the road. As if that was the bit of the joke nobody understood. As if people are Googling this joke just to get that. As if I picture a guy coming onto this page, looking at this picture and smacking his head. Oh, that's what it is! Well now, I just didn't understand the concept of chicken or road. And if that's not enough, there's another picture to reinforce the point. The actual joke is from 1847, and it's, in a true Victorian fashion, it's really long-winded. So I can't remember it off by heart. It's from an American magazine called The Knickerbocker, and apparently this was the height of comedy in the 1800s. So, and as I say, it's long-winded, so bear with me. There are quips and quillets. I don't know what a quillet is. I assume much like a quip. There are quips and quillets which seem actual conundrums, but yet are none. Of such is this. Why does a chicken cross the street? They say street instead of road. Interesting evolution. Are you out of town? Do you give it up? Well then, because it wants to get on the other side. Oh, we do have fun, don't we? Oh, imagine being in the comedy club the night that guy went. I don't appreciate that level of smug condescendence from a magazine that names itself after pants. 43 years later, there were already retaliations of a sort to this joke. 43 years, someone thought, those guys at the Knickerbocker, they got to be taken down a peg. They got their Pulitzer for that joke. I got something I can say. So someone, 43 years later, not quite as long-winded, but still longer than more obtuse than it needs to be, came back with this gem. Why should not a chicken cross the road? They don't say it. They say should not. They say it like that. Because it would be a foul proceeding. And it's all downhill from there. It's all mostly puns. I'm sure some of you guys are aware of the many alterations. You've probably heard them as kids. Why did the duck cross the road? To prove he wasn't a chicken. Why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because chickens hadn't been invented yet. Why did the chicken cross the playground to get to the other side? Slide. It's okay, I didn't write that one. None of those are mine, so you don't have to laugh. And I found, the last thing I found in my endless search was a list of the top 10 chicken crossing the road jokes of all time. Can you believe they narrowed it down to just 10? The funniest thing on this list, though, and I found funny things on a lot of web pages in my time. Funniest thing on this list is that number 1 is the original joke. As if after all this time, after so much searching, just can't beat the original. The original is still the best. Just like Christina, what's your favourite film series? My favourite series of films?
Bridget Jones.
I assume the first one is the best. Is that why Bridget Jones? I don't hear them talk about just like Bridget Jones or Pirates of the Caribbean, on which I'm sure we can all agree. Only God loves. But that said, I'm not sure the tastes of me and the person who wrote this list align, because the second joke has the punchline, to cock-a-doodle do something. So I'm not sure we're on the same page. That guy probably likes Pirates of the Caribbean 3. After much speculation, I think I can say conclusively why the chicken crossed the road. So, strap yourselves in. It was a tragic day for Mr. and Mrs. Chicken. They awoke from their bed to find that the power had gone out a little after midnight. So they went into the utility room and they found that the incubator had been off for over 8 hours. All the eggs were stone cold. Their children, little more than flat pack omelettes now. The relationship didn't last. Mrs. Chicken had hoped that children could cement what they used to have, but it wasn't to be. Mr. Chicken tried dating again. He dated a swan for a while, but he just wasn't into big birds. So he wandered the earth in despair, till he came and stood next to a pelican crossing, at a pelican crossing. And he wondered to himself why the other bird didn't just fly over the road. But he didn't have long to wonder about that, because he started to think about his place in the universe. He wondered about pressing the button to make the light turn green, but he also wondered about just putting a clawed foot out in front of the road, walking out, throwing caution to the wind, because he started to think about how big the whole universe was, about the babies he never met, whether they existed at all, and started to wonder whether he existed. He may as well not. The universe was huge and he was but a small chicken. There were infinite chickens out there. Or roosters, as if you want me to be anatomically correct, as chickens are only female in this. I established this was a Mr. Chicken. And so he thought to himself, what's the point? And he walked out to the path of an 18-wheeler. So the answer, ladies and gentlemen, as to why did the chicken cross the road, isn't it obvious? Because he had an existential crisis. Thank you, I've been Jim Hudson. Join me next week when I'll be asking just how many socialists does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I finished my beer, and it's more important to me that I don't look silly holding an empty glass than that my performance is up to standards. No, I'm okay, close. Jim did one line of an American accent. I love it when Jim does this American accent because it's so offensive in such a different way every time. It's never sounded like anyone I've ever met. So we are now going to have a brief, about 10-minute intermission. And then when we come back, we're going to do improv. But during the break, in between anything else you want to do, like voting, You can be real quick. We have slips of paper for one of the games that we're going to do. And people can write down just a little line of dialogue, something. Write down something on a piece of paper. It will be used in one of the games that we're going to do. So thank you all for coming. Please come back in 10 minutes. And we'll do some improv. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully there was a flood to the polling station in the intermission. And now, please welcome back to the stage, Ben Collins. Hey everybody, it's me again. Hi, I'm the familiar face. Thought there might be another smattering of applause, but that's okay. Who here has voted today? Just raise your hand.
Oh, it's just me.
Nice. Nice way. Oh no, there was one over here. I'm sorry, what's your name? Rebecca? Okay, now we know 2 of their names. I'm sorry that I didn't ask your name earlier. That wasn't me being rude. That was just me being absent-minded, which is rude. But, just on the subject of, I'm going to do this for a little bit before we get into improv, but don't worry. Soon, I won't be the only person talking, which is nice. I'm thinking, just on the subject of youth, I thought about the other day, the only prank that I've ever pulled. The only prank I pulled, like in school or anything. And it tells you a lot about who I think I am as a person, because I came up with the prank, and then I also came up with a way for us to not really get in trouble for doing it. Like a way to scale it back to the point of like, well, they won't call our parents. That's the type of punk that I am. A punk that also doesn't want to be yelled at ever. So what we were going to do is in math class, me and 2 friends were going to stand up and moon everybody. But the way that it was going to be safe, the way that we weren't going to get in trouble, was we wore basketball shorts under our uniform pants. And I mean trousers, sorry. I've been good about that most of the show, but that one was a genuine slip-up. So we have on trousers, we take them down, we have basketball shorts on. Nobody can actually see our rear ends because the swearing's over this half of the show. That's not true. But that was the idea. And so we get up in front of the class. I don't remember what we said. I think we were just like, hey, look at this. Because it was a show. And our teacher was like just coming into the room, so he timed it perfectly. And we all bent over our desks, pulled our pants down, and there were our basketball shorts. And it was a nice jake that no one in the class laughed at, because it wasn't funny. There were no asses in front of anybody's face. It was just basketball shorts. But our teacher was accompanied by someone from the school district who had a very important job, so we did have to go to the principal's office. And we went in and we sat down, and she asked us what had happened, and we explained it to her. And she knew me. She lived in the neighborhood that I was from, so she said, Ben, did you come up with that? And I said, yeah. And she said, Ben, that's just a bad prank. Nobody saw an ass or anything, Ben. That's what you get into a prank for. So we just had to, she didn't say that we would get in trouble because we hadn't done anything. Like that was how bad of a prank it was. So we just had to wait for that teacher to be done showing the administrator what a hard line she drew. And then we got to go back and she was like, that just wasn't funny. That was our punishment, was knowing we weren't funny. Has anyone here ever done a prank? Has anyone here ever pulled a jape? A monkey shine? Hijinks? Shenanigans? Yes, Kyle in the back.
Yeah, wrapped my flatmate's stuff in cling film.
Okay, what type of stuff? Just all of it?
Laptop, PS4,
Nice.
all his clothes in his suitcase, and did that as well.
Ooh. That's a little mean-spirited. It's not quite as look, mooning someone with basketball shorts on, that's a victimless crime. You wrapping his things, I mean, that's inconvenient, but I get that's pretty funny. My brother once had his whole car wrapped at his job, and that was when he got fired. No, that's a reasonable one. When you said wrapped, I thought that was going to be it. Like your prank was just, I did a rap. And people thought it was serious, and I was like, no, please. I'm not a hip-hop artist. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, hi.
One of my friends in first year had
Sorry, hold on, Michael. Some of you aren't aware because you're not regular audience members. I used to not know Michael's name. Now I do. Michael, continue.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, one of my friends in first year had quite bad OCD, So we got.
This
drunk.
sounds mean already. This sounds mean to the level of.
We got a little bit drunk and went into his room and like slightly messed everything up. So we moved his book series like in the wrong order. Yeah, I know. We drunk at the time. Like, it sounds really bad, but it was quite funny. Or apparently not.
I mean, it's bullying. Now, if you took it well, it's a prank. If you did what every bully did and said, he's a friend, we were pranking him, then you're fine. I'm sorry, thank you for sharing. I know this is a safe space to share the horrible things that you've done. I'm sorry, Michael, we're still pals. Anyone else? Anyone with the like? John! John, my boy, John.
This is on the level of like, it was a lot of work, I can say. It was, I was working on the airport loading bags.
Okay, well, this is, again, airports are very serious.
But the manager, the station man, was going off to Thailand with his bags, with 300 other passengers, and we have to find his bag. And we are like, we're 6 guys, a whole workforce finding his bag, and we're going to wrap it seriously harsh. And what the next one would be. And throw it off to Thailand, and he has to peel it like
Peel off the wrapper.
Yeah, layers after layers of tape.
Okay, I thought this was going to be a moment of you being like, so we put cocaine in his bag. And a gun. And we just thought, oh, it's a fun prank. And he didn't get it. And he had OCD and we moved his clothes a little bit. But no, that's a nice prank. The wrapping prank, that's a good one. I don't like pranks that are at the expense of someone who's like, has to then fix it. Like in my high school, all of the pranks, like the only person who they really screwed over was the janitor. Like somebody came in and painted a pot leaf on a wall, like spray painted it, because like one of the principals had expelled like a bunch of people for possession, and then a janitor cleaned it up, and that was it. Like that was, like you screwed over Mike, not Mr. Bunting. You didn't screw, like the person in the position of authority just got to say, hey, Mike, clean that up. Like there was no, that's not fair. I would, if that was me, I would have painted the pot leaf and then put up, Mike is allergic to this type of paint, so it has to be someone in a higher position. That's what I would have done, but that's my type of prank. I'm not a rebel, I'm a man who wears shorts, so that when you meet someone, it's fine. No one needs to see what I'm packing. That's a weird way to end this portion of the show. We're going to move on to improv. So this is a game called Whose Line? For this to start, I need the J's up here. Jim, that is you. This is Jim and Jake. Jake, if you could grab So this is the game. They're going to use your all's writings. Basically, they're going to do a scene, and at different points they might say, why, it's like my father used to say, and then they'll pull out a slip of paper and they'll read it off. And that will have to then be the scene. So, could I get a relationship between these two characters? Jim, Jake.
Farmer and pig.
Farmer and pig. Farmer and pig. Any other?
Big friends.
Big friends. Not little friends. Not average friends. Big friends.
Pig in the city.
Pig
And the city.
Pig and the city. Like Sex and the City.
Big
but with a pig. Big pig in the city. We're going to go with Farmer and Pig, I think. That was one that I heard. So, Farmer and Pig, take it over. How's you being, Porky?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Oh, bloody hell, you can talk! Who'd have thought the first thing my talking pig would say was that? I thought you would say, my eyes! On account of the fact that I switched your eyes with that cow's.
Yeah, I remember when you did that. It was a very horrible thing to do, but at least you didn't do the other thing. You're fine.
Oh yeah, well,
When you said you were gonna... I should never have drank all that Ribena.
You didn't drink the Ribena, but I was going to make you drink the Ribena just so I see what you were going to do. I'm so happy that you can talk. We're going to have such fun.
Are we? What else are we going to do?
Okay, so, plan number 1. I got 3 of these, so bear in mind, bear along. I'm not wearing any underwear. Just like you.
Right, yeah, but like, I don't think they make pig underwear.
Oh, they will. That's what we're going to start.
Are you gonna make it?
No, we're going to start a business. First business plan. I know they said there was going to be more today. This is what we're doing now. We're making a pig underwear business. No,
I'm
plan
gonna
number
stand on
one.
my back hooves if that's okay.
Oh, wow! They're called trotters. I know you're new to English, but pig hooves are called trotters.
Cheers. Because I thought they were called toast soldiers.
Well, then why didn't you say toast soldiers? Why didn't you say hooves?
Because toast soldiers sounds ridiculous.
Yes, it does. That's why they're not called that, and they're called trotters. Okay, plan number one for our pig underwear business, just to remind you what we're doing here. I am the fuck man, and now it's time to fuck. That'll be great for the pig underwear.
That's not just me and you in this plan, is it?
Well, not forever.
Maybe we should get, you know, your friend a prick stick will fix it.
What, you mean fix the sex?
The huge tear in our relationship after the sex, I think.
Well, a huge tear in you. I'm a very inconsiderate lover.
Right, okay, I have a better plan, okay? I think we should really, you know, build a dick cannon.
I like the sound of that. What do you need to do to build a dick cannon?
Right, okay.
I'm guessing you need dicks.
Well, yeah, that's the main ingredient, but then another ingredient we need is, we definitely need. You look really good tonight, so I have to tell you before we go any further. Really liking the wellies today.
Thank you, they're you. I haven't even got any poo on them yet. Might get stuck in later. Yeah, like me. That's it. Should we go? I think this is going to be the start of a beautiful relationship. You know what we'll say years down the line? Give him the hump.
And see.
If you liked that game, but weren't crazy about the actors, because we're doing another round of it, this time with Chloe and Christina. So it's the same game. And we're going to change up the beginning of the scene. Could I, instead of a relationship, could I get a profession? A profession of some kind. A job, an occupation.
Airplane driver.
I'm sorry?
Airplane driver. Pilot.
Pilot. You can call them a driver. I think they'd prefer pilot. I think it has a little bit more, it makes them feel more unique when they talk to a taxi driver. They say, oh really, I'm a plane driver. I'm sorry, I mean a pilot. But yeah, so we'll do pilots. Pilots work. Hi ma'am.
So where are we off to today?
This is just a simulation. It's your first day at the You're Wrong flight school.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I thought I already had orientation last week.
No, as you say, as I said, this is You're Wrong flight school. So this will be the simulation.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So we don't actually go in the air. Instead, we're Grisdale College.
Well, we could fly there. We could go in that sort of general direction. We can go anywhere on this simulation.
Oh, okay.
I'll set it up for you. I'm sorry. At the moment, I've got it set to cheese balls, and that's just not the best place.
That's okay. I've done VR before. I got it.
Okay. The VR headset is new. The last person we had try it said, "You smell like yesterday's milk," and you know, we had to change the set, and it will be new. So just be careful with it.
That's okay. I am a little afraid of heights, but it's kind of the paradox of, you know, like challenging my fears, and I'm ooh, you know what I mean?
So, okay, I'm going to set up the simulation for you, and we're going to take you to... So we're going to set it up to go to every moment I exist is painful. Otherwise known as Glasgow Airport. So, are you ready to start the simulation?
Yeah, but just to be sure, I am going to be employed with Ryanair when we're done with this, right? Like, if I pass.
If you're lucky. So we're going to start the simulation in 3, 2, 1. Frozen as shit.
All right. Do you want to come to my house and play Jenga?
This isn't the right time. You're meant to be flying to Glasgow.
I told you that I have a fear of heights, and I'm looking down from where we're starting.
You're not in this VR.
Have you ever done VR? You look down and you're like, what?
Look, keep your eyes on the sky. At the moment, you're not heading for Glasgow. You're heading for Ireland. Specifically, the I'm leaving you, Susan Airport.
Oh, okay. I'm experiencing some turbulence. I don't know what to do. I'm right in the womb.
Wait, what? Why? How have you managed to fly into the womb?
This is your VR system. I don't know. Are you sure that you aren't experiencing some kind of technical difficulty?
You've moved the VR into the actual plane itself, and you've entered a passenger's womb.
And see.
Okay. So now that we've all done the reverse miracle of life, we're going to play a game called ABC. So for this one, I need Jake and Christina. Woo! Mixing up the teams, did double J, did double C. Now it's CJ. Not a cool team, just a team. So this is a game called ABC, and this makes use of the alphabet. So every line starts with a letter of the alphabet, and the following line follows that line. So if it was something like A, Jake.
All right, Christina?
Yeah.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Like the second one. So that's the game. Could I get one word to start the scene? One word. Any word.
Word.
Word? Always one. Any new
Volcano.
volcano? We're gonna go volcano. Can I get a letter to start? G. G. Any other letters? G's not bad. K's also not bad. K. Okay. We're gonna go. You know, we're gonna go with G because that's where we started, and I can appreciate that. So okay. So G. Scene about volcanoes.
Geysers, God, there's so many geysers we're just turning around.
How did we end up here again? Because, you know, I thought we were just going on a nice day out, and now we're in geysers.
I don't know. You have the map?
Just handed it to me, didn't you? You know, I think I've lost it already.
Okay, well, let's just go on your intuition.
Look, my intuition is terrible, so if we go on that, we're going to end up inside the volcano.
Maps, who needs them? We seriously, like, I trust you, it's fine.
Now then, I guess we're off.
Oh God. You let us here?
Pretty much, yeah. Yep. This is where we are. This nondescript place.
Quite well, but since it's your intuition, it's your scenery.
Right, so if I'm going to describe it to someone who may or may not be listening, I think it's like the edge of a volcano.
Scenery everywhere. So there's some lava, but...
Touch it, you should not. No.
Oops.
Very hot. That's why I said do not touch the lava.
X-ray, I need an X-ray. It's going down to my bones, please.
X-ray you do deserve, yes? We'll get you that, one of them, as soon as we get back to civilization. Wherever that could be.
Yellowstone National Park, we don't have any civilization. We're out in the middle of Yellowstone.
Zounds, what a pickle we're in. However will we get out of this one? Bleeding, I think my ears are bleeding.
Come on, what would Theresa May do?
I don't know what Theresa May would do, I've never met her. nor do I follow politics.
Exactly. How are we gonna get out of this?
Frankly, I think we just wrap that up and we just walk back the way we came.
God damn it. Go ahead and do it.
And see. Okay. That was ABC. I think you'll find it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Make that joke every time, no one's ever laughed. Now I'm about to leave the room because we're doing a game called Party Quirks, and my friend Jake is going to take over running the show for a second. So I'll see you all soon.
Right, so this game is called Party Quirks, and for this I need Chloe, Jim, and Hannah to sing. So in this game, Ben, who is out of the room, good, is hosting a party. He's miming something, I don't know what he's saying, so we're going to move on. So Ben is hosting a party, and these are his 3 guests. But each of them has something weird about them, so I'm going to take your suggestions for what's weird about them. So, Chloe is obsessed with something. What is she obsessed with? Anything apart from those 2?
Big carpet.
Big friends.
Friends with carpets.
Smorgasbord.
What?
Smorgasbord.
Anything else?
A big buffet.
You're obsessed with the big buffet. Can you do that? Yep. Okay. Jim has a weird occupation.
He is the big buffet.
Jim, you're the big buffet. And Hannah is a famous person/person from fiction. Who are they?
Voldemort.
You're Voldemort? But what's weird about Voldemort?
He's big.
What?
He has a nose.
You're Voldemort but with a nose.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, he's coming anyway. I was going to get you to cheer Ben, come back in, you bastard, but seems that's unnecessary. Come back in, you bastard.
The door was open, I would have been able to hear it. I didn't want to hear the suggestions and ruin the game, Jake. Good, I'm at my house in a party situation. That's what I call parties. Here are the chips.
Knock knock.
Oh, good, knock on my door. Hello, hi.
Sorry, I've just noticed your spread of snacks here. It's quite, you could say it's quite a selection.
Yeah, I have crisps, I have tortilla chips, salsa, I have pickles there, baby carrots if you're doing a cleanse or anything. I have pretzels.
It could be bigger, you know?
I mean, a lot of things could be. I'm on a bit of a budget, and so I needed to keep the table slightly small. I mean, for the number of people that I invited, I think it's reasonably good. Oh, yeah, hi.
Sorry, mate, I'll just set up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, could you?
I'm surprised it's actually you. I didn't expect this. You should have told me it was coming.
I should have told you that a performance artist who makes himself a table was coming. Yes, hi. Hi. Hello.
Bring me the boy.
I don't want you to leave, so I'm going to pretend I don't know who you are. So, you two are the ones that I'm having trouble with. What type of snacks would you have preferred for the bigger table?
I mean, just everything. I think you go all around the world.
Preferably not hot food.
So, are you someone
Like a
who...
cold meat selection.
Are you one of those people who I eat sushi off of?
You're pretty buff.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Are you a human buffet?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Leave. No, come back. No.
I feel like she wants to eat so much, almost to eat herself to death, like some kind of Death Eater. What would you say? So okay, about the bigger table, do you just want it to be a bigger table, a bigger selection?
I just wanted a bigger selection.
You want a bigger selection?
Like a wedding, or even bigger than that.
Almost like you're the physical manifestation of gluttony.
I just like having lots of selection when I go out to eat.
Are you just someone who likes a large selection when you go out to eat?
Yeah,
Are you a buffet fan?
Buffet.
Are you a Jimmy Buffett fan? You're a fan. Huh. Now what could this one be? I feel like it's almost like magic Hitler's in the room. You know, your nose is looking great.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like we don't need to go into
Now, we're going to do a game. I'm going to grab 2 chairs real quick, but while I'm talking, your friend Jim Humphrey, the stand-up comedian, he's going to be the one running this game, because again, your boy Ben Collins, the host, is in it. Next we're going to play a game called Stage Death, and so for this I need Jake and Christina and Hannah and Ben to come to the stage. Now, Jake and Christina have died on stage, and it wouldn't be the first time. Only this time they're actually dead, and it's really sad. But the show must go on, so our 2 stage hands are going to puppet their corpses for the rest of the show, like so. So, to get this started, can I get an occupation? Preferably something physical, not like office clerk.
Big builders.
Professional Lego makers.
Oh, that's good.
Well, they can probably just pull levers and do
Well,
useful
thanks
things.
for
Plumber.
that.
Sorry?
Plumber.
Plumbers?
Olympic swimmer.
Olympic swimmers?
Prostitute.
Let's go for Olympic swimmers. That'll get too physical. I said physical, John, that's too physical.
Oh, I didn't expect to see you here at the big game.
The big game, it's called a meet in swimming, Karen.
I'll call it whatever I want it.
And
Every time I've come up against you, I've won. And you're not going to beat me this time.
Well, yes, but clearly then you knew that I would be here if we constantly compete, Karen.
I was just trying to have a dramatic thing to say to you when I approached, Beryl.
Thank you, that is my name. It was my father's name. Now, if you don't mind, I need to do my stretches.
Oh, well, so do I. I like to stretch my legs out first.
I do like to do it slightly after the first stretches that I do, but I also do like to do it. Because, see, the thing about swimming is it's a full body exercise.
You're going to tell me about swimming, Beryl. How are you doing that? Every time you meet, you float and it's weird, Beryl.
It's just that David Blaine trick where I put one leg slightly in front of the other, and then I just float. Now I'm going to sit back down.
Oh, are you tired? Are you tired already, Beryl?
No, I'm just a casual guy who likes to lean and just sit like I don't give a heck.
Well, I'm going to practice.
Punching me in the face?
Yeah. Are you accusing me of cheating, Beryl? I don't cheat. Are you having some trouble now with the seat?
I'm having a little bit of trouble, but now I'm in it. So, I see you're already practicing your strokes.
I am.
Well, I'm about to practice my stroke. And scene. It's not often that a dead body plays a dead body. Now we're going to do a game called Three-Headed Expert. So that's me hosting it like normal. And then Jake, Hannah, and Jim are. So, thank you for clapping. So the thing about this game is I have one expert in front of me. One. And I'm about to interview them about the field that they are an expert in. You'll see how it goes when it starts. Sorry, I'm out of breath. One person who was moving people had to actually lift an uncooperative person. And the other person didn't. So, could I get something that this person is an expert in?
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum?
Train journey.
Was that yours, John? You put your hand down.
Puppet expert.
I'm sorry?
Puppet expert.
Puppet?
Puppet.
Oh, puppet, okay. Okay, bubblegum, puppet. Dean, what was yours?
Train journey expert.
Train journey expert.
Toothpaste for hamsters.
Toothpaste for hamsters. Very niche. Very
Niche
easy
guy.
to become the leading scientist in your field, I feel. I think we're gonna go with puppet. Maybe some puppets could learn something about cooperation. So, hi. Welcome to Marionettes and the Strings That Pull Them. I'm your host, Ben Pullman. With me today, I have the greatest puppet master in the business. And I'm not talking pulling the strings of politics, no. I'm talking about a puppeteer. Joining me is Greg Michelson. Greg? Hello, what is it? Greg, what does it mean to you to be a puppeteer?
Well,
Lots.
puppets.
Don't
Really,
Know
how it
works.
so
I
Move
then.
for
that.
Very eloquent. Now, what has been your greatest performance as a puppeteer?
I once performed
A
whole show
at
Mine.
Mum's
house.
was
Pretty astounding. Now, how big of an audience were you working with?
I have
to say
say
That
there
was
many,
people
but
few.
were
alive.
So, what you're saying is that at your mother's house there were several corpses in viewing position of your show. Now,
Yes.
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 I'm sorry, are you done?
Yes.
Were these... Does your mother live in a morgue? Why were there corpses at her house?
She
Once
To
be
the
Undertaker
at
her,
house
and
so
I
let
her
by
bringing
corpses
to
her
house. Okay, Greg. Gregory, I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm going to turn the cameras off. Turn the cameras off. Cameras are off now, Greg. Where are you finding these bodies?
well
Ben.
sometimes
You have
to
find
bodies
in
graveyards,
or
in
coffins,
or
in
churches.
or
sometimes
You
go
to
their
homes. So what you're saying is, if I'm following, to support your mother's dreams of becoming an undertaker, you're just finding her corpses everywhere. I'm assuming the people in their houses are the dead who have not been claimed yet.
exactly.
Mostly. Okay, Greg. Mostly. What does that mean?
Okay.
Some
people
Think
that
being
a
puppeteer
means
to
people. A puppeteer means to people. What does a puppeteer mean to people?
well
Ben.
sometimes
you
Have
to
be
puppet master
to
experience
what
it
really
means
to
be
puppeteered? Okay, but Greg, I feel as if you're dodging the question. Have you murdered someone?
don't
Ask.
that
because
I
don't
want
to
tell
you
the
truth.
because
the
Truth
is
horrible. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have here on the Marionette channel. I guess I'll ask you one final question. What puppet is your favorite? Murderer. It has
These.
big strings. Okay, well thank you for tuning in. That was 300 extra. Okay, so now we've reached our final game. Could have been Oz there. Thank you. Thanks, fake side of the ring. That was the same as having a sign that read applause at a fun joke. No, but we're going to play a game called Time Lord. And this is a very fun game. It's one that we like to end on because it's one that has a little bit more freedom. So essentially a scene's going to begin, and once that scene has started, if at any point it seems like there could be another interesting scene that we could follow, one of the people who are performing tonight might say, oh, flashback to when this happened, or let's see what that character is doing now. So that's the idea behind Time Lord, and it begins with Chloe and I. And we're going to start another scene with one word, and let's make it a good word.
Egg.
Egg is not horrible. Can we do better?
No.
He did a naughty one, I'm just not.
Snowplow or egg? Anybody this side of the audience got one?
Hygiene.
Hygiene? Bamboozled. I like bamboozled. Okay. Hi, welcome back to Bamboozled, the #1 prank show in the world. Today, we're going to find somebody and we're going to really bamboozle them.
I thought that was me. I signed up as a contestant to the show.
Oh shit, okay. Pretend you didn't hear that. Hi, welcome to Bamboozled, the #1 prank show in the world. Today, we're going to find someone and really bamboozle them. Hi.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
My name is Tim. My name's Tim. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hi. It's Steve.
Okay, Steve. It's great to meet you. My job, I'm a construction worker.
And I am a contestant on this show.
Well, then I got something to tell you, Steve. First of all, I'm not a construction worker. I'm the host of Bamboozled, the #1 prank show in the world. Second of all, my name's not Tim. It's Mike. I bet you feel pretty bamboozled.
I mean, I knew that because I signed up to do this show.
Flashback to when you signed up for the show.
Bamboozled auditions here. Come here if you want to be bamboozled.
What does bamboozle mean?
Sign up and you'll find out.
Okay.
You'll get a free bag of vomit.
That's not very nice.
Cut to how he got the vomit.
Vomit, collecting vomit donations here. Oh, I knew the hospital was a good place to look. Oh, there's even another bag. And here's a biscuit for your trouble. Bamboozled, do you want to be? Oh, no, you're still here. Yeah, lots of vomit, much to go around. Tell your friends and we'll bamboozle them too.
Can I have this sign up form? What do I have to do?
Ooh, sorry, I'll get you a clean one.
Yeah.
Mostly clean.
So it just says sign here to be a prank victim.
Yep. Just don't tell them that you're a prank victim, or that kind of spoils the effect.
I mean, I'll try not to. I've never done acting before. I got kicked out of drama school. So.
Funny you should say that, because you've just been bamboozled and you're not going to be on Bamboozled at all. Because this isn't Bamboozled, this is Gamboozled. Bamboozled auditions are over there. Thanks for watching Gamboozled.
Flashback to her getting kicked out of drama school.
Hi, this is Ashton Kutcher. I star in Punk'd, except before that I was banging Demi Moore and other cougars. Hey, so you're here to learn how to be on prank shows, right?
No, I just want to act.
Act? Yeah. This is LA. Nobody comes here to act. People just come here to try to get famous and nothing.
Excuse me. Hi, I would like to know how to act in a prank show. As a victim, as a host, either one.
Here's what you do. You have a very, very low sense of self. Go to church every week, and then I'm gonna canoodle with all of my friends in the Conservative Party, and then we're going to promote Mr. Trump, and then you're just going to support him, and it's going to, all right, just vote for him, just vote for him, it'll be really easy.
I don't think this is going to help me get on TV
But-
as the victim of a
Yes.
prank. Can I just show you?
Yes,
I
it
think my
will. You
moves?
just all you have to do is just show up somewhere and just say, "Ain't nobody got time for that," and everyone will interview you. It'll be easy.
Can I just show you my reaction to being pranked? What? No! Come on! Cut back to him practicing his reaction at home. David, David, you look at me. David, David, David. David, David, you are gonna get this. You're gonna get it by just pulling it off. So here it comes. What? No. You see it? What? Beans. Back to drama school. So how was that? Did I
You
get
need
it?
more cowbell. More cowbell.
I don't have any cowbell.
It was just a little bit too weak. I mean, it's like you need some balance. You were a little bit too more extreme earlier, but now
Right.
I mean, I used to be in an orchestra and I can play the cowbell. Ding.
That was very impressive.
Mhm.
Cut back to her being in the orchestra.
So, is this where I try out for the orchestra?
Yes, 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 welcome in. Hi.
I've up to grade 8 in the cowbell.
That was amazing. When can you start?
Immediately.
Okay, well that's great, because we're already doing a concert. Look at all these people out here.
Oh, that's a bit
Now,
scary. I've never
play it
done
in
before.
G minor. Do it in G minor.
Dog.
Isn't that great? Just do it. You just got bamboozled with number one great show in the world. And see. All right. Thank you all for coming out to Joke of the Oak. That was our show. We do this every 2 weeks on Thursdays, same time, same place. On Fridays we have meetings, so if you think that you could do stand-up or improv better than anybody that you've seen, you can come to those. I do not know the room anymore. What's the new room?
Bolton North Seminar in 10.
Bolton,
Or filed actually
Apart
at
from
3
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Bolton North Seminar
We'll be on
Room,
Facebook.
or filed
Actually at 3 tomorrow.
Filed Lecture Theater 3 tomorrow. It's all on Facebook. So thank you guys for coming. We have meetings a lot of days of the week if anybody wants to practice any sort of stand-up, any sort of sketch, any sort of improv. And just thanks. Thanks again.